Showed you from the business school, from the social sciences, we bring all on board. We have all our students are taught to participate through rural appraisal and by agriculture extension people. And so we bring in all the disciplines in our plant breeding training program.
African universities were asked to adapt higher education systems to the continent's aspirations for socio-economic development, with a special focus put on centers of excellence and how to fund them.
Is very critical because it, as you could hear, it covers a lot of different efforts in different corners of Africa, that all of which claim to be working towards development for Africa. And the manner in which these centers are established right now may not necessarily be very clear, but at an African Union Commission level, the Commission has been very clear on the intention of making sure Africa has strong centers of excellence. I think what is really critical here is that we shall be discussing in the working groups today is how best can we first encourage those centers to be available here in Africa in a sustainable manner, and two, we should avoid duplicating our efforts. As you could hear from the presentation, there are different centers, each of the centers call themselves different names depending on the sources of funding, but we must look beyond the donor funds.
Academicians, policymakers, partners in education, they all took turns explaining what their visions were and what could help the continent's centers of excellence.
Your concern about the name worries me. You're saying that they're not centers of excellence yet, so we should maybe call them centers of specialization. In social sciences, there's what we call labeling and the power of the self-fulfilling prophecy.
Interestingly, each one of us took an initiative. Our investors played a role, governments similarly, and the donor community. And therefore, it should be a partnership in totality to move on. And therefore, we cannot accuse a donor that they're doing that. No, it's a partnership. And what is it in a partnership unless each one of us contributes?
The continent has been developing in the last years, and it has put a lot of efforts on teaching. But I think the solution of the problems of Africa is not only in teaching, but mainly in research. In that sense, I think that if we start or we promote the centers of excellence, we will give a response to many problems we are facing at the moment.
Let's find ways of sustaining these centers, but we also must avoid duplication of efforts. So the discussion here is very important, and I hope in the group work we'll be able to assist to guide these centers which are all working for the development of Africa.
With Africa being on the rise, all roads still go through education, with universities being front and center in the process. Regis Sheja, Rise and Shine Rwanda.